It's the hot show, and I don't know how it's gonna go. It's the hot show, and I can't guess what's gonna happen next. So come on and join me to the hot show. Hi, and welcome to the Hot Show. I'm your host, Hop the Cat. Thanks to anybody who is watching this live, and anybody who ever watches this in the future on our YouTube archive. I want to give a thanks to Amanda Caesar for doing the poster tonight. It was very nice. Yeah. I believe we got a Ryan here somewhere. Hello, Ryan.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's good. Going good.
You know, I think I might switch us to this other view so we get a little closer view of each other.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Hot.
How's it going?
It's good.
I heard you just got off work.
I just got off work. I'm home, and I had a couple minutes to pick my 5 things.
Oh yeah, that's right. Right.
So
yeah,
ready.
I do. I feel as though this was not a well-defined theme this week. Despite our short conversation about it during the last episode.
And I love how open it is.
Yeah, I do really like that. Yeah, I think it'll be an interesting one. So yeah, as the poster will tell you here, I'm just going to bring that back up. Talking self-portraits tonight. I have continued work on my self-portrait. I can give a little update here and get a little bit more light. And
it's so good.
So I'm going to try to finish that tonight.
If you got a little Serge Tankian in there from System of a Down.
I don't know if I know who that is. I mean, I know who System of a Down is. I don't know that I know what that person looks like, though.
Please hold. Keep talking.
Yeah, so I want to work on that tonight. And then, as per our last episode, we did talk about the idea of bringing 5 things of the same category that would describe you as a person. So it's hard to say what exactly that'll be like. Yeah, let me get a better view up here.
Like, hold up your self-portrait again.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can kind of see it. I would say the eyes do feel a little bit different. Like he's got those really like dark like eyelashes in there. Yeah.
Fun fact, once saw him eating hummus at the airport.
Just like what kind of hummus are we talking? Are we talking
it seemed like it was one of those like I can't think of it. Not I keep thinking Chobani. What's the what's like the popular hummus brand?
Sabra?
Saba. So it was like a Sabra to go, and I have a picture of it, I caught him licking his fingy. He was like trying to get the last little hummus there. I caught him like.
See what I like about this theme is that you could talk about your favorite specific hummuses that you've had as a way of talking about who you are. Do you have multiple hummuses that you would say you are very fond of?
I can think of one that I'm extremely not fond of, and that's that chocolate hummus.
Chocolate hummus. I don't think I've ever had chocolate hummus.
Don't.
That sounds very strange.
Great contribution from
Potato Lady.
A welcome return.
Yeah.
From Potato Lady.
Never had potato hummus either. I think I've had potatoes fries dipped in hummus a fair amount in my life, but never potato hummus.
I'm trying to think of like a potato dip. I feel like the closest thing is mashed potatoes.
Yeah. I don't know that there are many potato-based dips out there in the world. Potato Lady, do you know of any potato-based dips? Potatoes with mashed potatoes.
Yeah. I like it. And dipping a fry in mashed potatoes.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm here for that. I love it.
With a bit of gravy there, yeah, that'd be nice.
Just gonna highlight that, and I'm just gonna keep that up for the remainder of the show, if that's all right with you. All right.
Ryan is right. Cool. Well, I'm not actually sure if anyone else is showing up, or if we're gonna capture any viewers tonight.
Is Garbanzo is off doing festivities?
You know, I will text Garbanzo again. I might have mentioned that we're doing it tonight at an odd time. Yeah, Potato Lady, we know that you're viewing. I appreciate you saying so, but
this is an odd time slot. This is like this is like a prime time show, like being given a different time slot.
Yeah,
you're used to watching Two Broke Girls at Thursdays at 9, but now it's Mondays at 8.
Right.
Very comparable.
I feel like that is the perfect metaphor for
Two broke boys.
What is going on? Yeah. No, to be fair, I would say I mean I am a boy cat, I guess. Yeah. I was going to say I am a cat. But yeah, boy cat.
That's what I meant. How's your week been?
You know, it's generally been pretty good. Yeah, I would say it's generally been very good. I was really busy with some stuff for a little bit, and then I'm feeling less busy this week. I also had some like ups and downs that were kind of happening that I wouldn't say I'm completely over, but I'm feeling generally like more sustained, kind of floating along. I will say that this week I did get an obsession over watching that George Lucas talk show, 30-hour Star Wars watch along, where they watched every Star Wars live action film in one sitting. I watched a large amount of that this week.
How far are you?
I am. They just finished Return of the Jedi, so they only have the new trilogy left.
So you're like roughly 2/3 of the way through.
Yeah, just over, I'd say.
Because they had all the Ewok movies.
Yeah, coming up on 24 hours of them doing the marathon.
Yeah, and it's amazing. There are moments where you think George is asleep, and then someone calls him out on it, and he's amazingly somehow not.
Yeah, I will say that there was a rough spot where he was really just like going down and down and down, and then these moments would come, and he would just wake up and like be just like hitting, like being so quick about everything that anyone was saying.
Yeah,
it would be just like, how are you doing? How are you that quick? After
and the most animated he's been in like 8 hours or something like that. like he just slept for like 11 hours and had a cup of coffee.
Yeah. Yep. Well, so I don't really know if anyone's going to show up. I did write a little song that I'm actually pretty happy with. I like this song.
Love to
do you
hear
want to hear it, or do you think we should try to wait until someone else shows up?
Up to you. I'd love to hear another Not the Cat original.
So I had an idea for this episode where maybe we could kind of go through this song if anybody else does show up. But yeah, here, maybe I'll just play it real quick. Let me just see if anyone's popping in or anything. I think this is a pretty low stress episode. What is your favorite band? Movie, a kitchen appliance? Tell us your story through an old pair of pants. I wanna know you through your history of cards. Show us your trash, show who you are. You don't have to paint it, you could use your bookshelf. I just want you to give us a self-portrait. Oh, thanks.
Another one.
It is another song. It is another song.
Classic.
Got
another guest.
We do have another guest. How wonderful. Hey, Max.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. It seems as though your video is frozen.
It's doing some awesome.
Or you're a ghost.
Yeah, it would appear you're a ghost.
Have you separated from your body?
No.
It really is like your spirit has left your body. That's what it looks like.
It's nice that you can still communicate even though your mouth isn't moving.
Is this this is a Ouija episode? We're communicating with another spirit from beyond.
The spirit of Max Oakland. It's great. I love it. Ooh. Ooh.
We didn't have a episode last week, like a Halloween episode, so I guess this is the closest thing.
That's true. That's true.
Spoopy episode.
I like how not only is your did you come back into your body, but your hair also grew out a little bit.
Yeah.
When it happened. Did you hear the song, Max? Did you happen to make it in enough time?
What?
Did you make it in to hear the song?
I heard the end of it.
No.
What was it about?
It was about the theme for this week. It does seem sort of silly to play it again, but also like I don't know, what else are we doing? I don't know. Do you think I should play it again?
I think we should. I think you should show us your 5 things.
Okay, so I forgot to grab physical versions of things, but you seemed pretty prepared. Do you wanna start, Ryan?
I'll start. So I chose records. So I feel like you've probably seen all these, but first is MF Doom, Herbs and Spices, Volume 3 and 4.
Mm.
And MF Doom is probably my favorite rapper of all time. And this is actually an instrumental collection of songs. But there's 9 or 10 albums, or 9 or 10 volumes of this collection total that are just all of his, most of his beats, because he produces produced most of his things. We lost MF Doom about a year ago, Halloween 2020. So that definitely important artist for me.
Why though?
That's a good question. If you ever listen to him, like he's unlike any other rapper, and just with his wordplay and his flow, it's very very laid back, and his lyrics are just really really impressive, just really well read. Like it's not just typical like bravado and machismo that you get in a lot of rap and hip hop. It's just very like referencing historical figures and books and all these allusions and references to interesting things, and just as for like why it's important to me, like a direct connection, I don't really know. I like it. I'm gonna move on to the next one.
I wanted to ask a question real quick.
Yeah.
Are these in any particular order?
No order.
5 things.
No order.
Great.
Next, I got Perch Patchwork, Maps and Atlases. This album is Maps and Atlases are a group from Chicago. I think they still technically exist, but they're it kind of seems like they're gonna break up soon because they put out an album a couple years ago, and It was weird, and I don't think a lot of people liked it, and I don't think they liked it either.
That's weird.
And they've changed their sound a lot. This was they lost a lot of fans with this album because they were doing they were like a math rock group primarily early on. They're from Chicago, and this kind of they blended like folk and Baroque pop with math rock, and
That sounds pretty interesting.
This album, this isn't the newer one. This is I adored this album. It came out.
So is this one of the more math rock ones, or was this the?
This is the bridge between
the bridge. Okay.
Their math rock days and their newer sound. So
what was the new album that people didn't like, and why did
it was really poppy, but not enough. It was poppy, but less interesting. It just in a generic. It was like this, but really, really watered down. Is what I took away from it.
Why do you think they released an album like that?
I don't know. Because they've sort of been kind of like they're like active. Their like activeness as a band like has been very on and off, and I don't know why. I don't know anyone who likes the band who liked their newest album. So it's very, very interesting.
That must be rough.
Yeah.
As an artist.
Yeah.
Like you said they don't even like it.
I get that vibe. Like I get the vibe that they put it out like out of obligation, say like, hey everyone, we're still active, because they also went through some lineup changes. So I think they had a chip on their shoulder and they wanted to say like, hey, we can still do good, put out good stuff. But they came to DeKalb, Illinois, which is where I went to school and lived for 7 years, and they played the now defunct festival Middle West Fest, which brought some cool local and regional acts to a parking lot in the middle of DeKalb, and I met the band, and they were very nice, and I bought this record, and they signed the back of it.
Oh, that's nice.
That's cool.
So,
wait, was that around the time that album came out?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, it is, if I had like a play count of just albums I've listened to most in my life, this would be top 10 for sure. I listened to it so much. It was definitely like soundtrack of my 2010 through 2012, and important album to me. Smooth transition to the books. Lemon of Pink. Hot is also very fond of this album.
I am.
Max, I imagine I'd be surprised if you didn't know the books. You know them, right?
Oh, I think maybe I heard about them. But
I'd be surprised if when we lived together, I never played them.
I am too.
I guess I was really into listening to records, and I didn't have any other records at that point.
I think you'd very much enjoy them, Max.
They're really great.
Oh yeah, they're like experimental and sound collage. That sounds cool. Yeah. Listen to them.
Yeah. So it's officially, the instrumentation is guitar, bass, and cello. but they often add strings and other instruments, and sampling is like the wrong word. It is more sound collage, but here's the back. Got some lemons.
I've always been really interested in sound collage, but I don't think that I've ever been happy with any sound collages I've made, so I haven't really ever invested very much time in that. And I would kind of like to, or would like to collaborate with somebody who is really good at that.
I think one of the things that makes the books so good about like the sound cult, like the way that they put together things like their songs, and then also use like the samples and sounds that they have, is that they have such a huge collection of weird little snippets of things. Like it's such a like vast library of just weird little moments. Like I read a thing where they were talking about how on this album in particular, there's a few different recordings of people saying whiskey soda. And they were just amazed that they were able to find multiple people who said whiskey soda. And so they used it in different songs. It was really cool.
And they said, I heard, why can't I think of his name? Nick Zamuto, who's kind of the who was one of the brainchild, I'd say. And he just said in regards to the samples that these aren't like these would be impossible to find. Like the things they sample, these are things like that they've not even that they recorded, but like walk into like a used, like a pawn shop in a small town, and there is a section of tapes of like people, just random people, recording themselves.
I've always not that, but I've always wanted to do something with like, during the vinyl age, people would get like, or like churches would get like 50 records made.
Oh yeah.
These really random old things. I've always been interested in the idea of doing something with those, but I've never found anything that interesting, because it really always is like churches. At least it was where I lived before. Maybe I'd be able to find some more interesting stuff.
I have a record that was one of my dad's friends in college.
That's
and it's called Revolution of the Mind. And I think it's one of those ones. I think maybe it was like more than 50 copies, but it wasn't a lot. I haven't listened to that very much, but
is it good?
I don't remember it being that great. So that's the reason I haven't listened to it again.
I have a record of go ahead, Max.
I've always wanted to find something like that, but it is really good.
Yeah. I mean, there are people who do that stuff. Like, what is that one record label that had Pisces on? That like Pisces album, and like had a bunch of like old soul music on it and stuff.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, what is that? Oh, what is the name of that record label?
Numero Group?
Yeah.
Last year, I kept
stuff.
listening to that album a lot.
Do you know that album, Ryan?
No.
Pisces?
It's really good.
One of the best psychedelic albums of like the like.
And it was recorded in Rockford.
Really?
Yeah. They had a home studio, but their studio had a fire, so they didn't release their music until like 2010 or something.
And there were also like other various reasons why they never released their music. Like the guy who was their like manager guy, like didn't know how to get music out at all, and so it just didn't go anywhere.
Tell me more about that. I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, if I remember correctly.
Like, did he try that didn't work?
I think he didn't really try. Like, he just didn't really know what he was doing. He was like in it for business, but like, I don't know. It just like didn't ever go anywhere. And then I think they just like stopped really caring and went off and
It
got
sucks because it is so good. And one of my favorite, or maybe my favorite, is In the Summer the Grape Grows, which isn't on the main vinyl album.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think I know which one you mean.
And I think that's too bad because it really fits in with a different song. I can't remember which one, but it has like the same lyrics. Maybe it's Dear One, I think. But one of the songs early on, they say, you hear a woman call your name, and you reach out to meet her, to greet her. And it says it in both of the songs, if I'm not mistaken. So it kind of like is a really good callback to the beginning of the album at the end. Maybe it's The Flower for All Seasons, but I think it's In the Summer of the Grape Grows.
Yeah.
How would you describe Pisces?
Psychedelic. It's like
Yeah,
60s
like-
psychedelic.
Yeah, they're psychedelic, but also some reviews said there's a little bit of Velvet Undergroundness to them, and I think that's true. I think that's what caught my attention to them.
And there's also definitely like a fair amount of like folkiness to some of it, but like I don't know, like kind of in the way a lot of like psychedelic bands from that time like were also kind of folky. I don't know what's
a lot of their songs are really dark and weird.
Yeah, they are.
Like
But
some of them are really weird and disturbing. Like one of them is called Children Kiss Your Mother Goodnight. And it goes through the whole song, and then at the end it says, your mother's going to die tonight.
I'll have to check this out.
Yeah, it's a really great album. For a little while I would have rated that in my top 5 or something.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah.
Should I finish off my 5?
Yes.
Next, I got Frank Zappa, Studio Tan. This is I only own like a couple Zappa albums, but this is only 4 songs, and side 1 is just one song called The Adventures of Gregory Peckery, and there's a lot of sound collage and just randomness and random little percussion noises, but it's great. And then one of my favorite songs by Zappa finishes it off, called Radunzel. It's like an 8 or 9 minute song that's goes through a lot of twists and turns. I love Zappa, and I think this is an underrated, underappreciated album in his discography. Not necessarily my favorite, or even like top 3, top 5, because it's so hard to pick through. Released 100-ish albums.
Wow. I don't even know if I knew that. It was so many.
Yeah, it's crazy, and not all of his stuff is even on Spotify, and it's crazy to think how much is in the Zappa vault that hasn't been released. But I know Zappa isn't for everyone necessarily, but I think it's worth. I'm sure there's some Zappa out there for everyone, because he's explored so many different sounds and styles.
So that's interesting idea. I've never really listened to his music before.
I wouldn't start with this record. How would you call yourself a fan, or like not? I mean,
I would say I like Zappa, but I wouldn't say I'm like an aficionado where I know very much about. I don't know. I've listened a bit, but I haven't delved very deep.
mm-hmm.
But like there was one time I was over at your place and we watched a whole concert of Zappa, and it was highly enjoyable.
Oh yeah,
Like
it was John, right?
Yeah, it was John. Yeah.
Why did you enjoy it?
Because, I mean, I think one part of it was just such a tight band. Like the whole band, everyone was just killing it. Like they, like Zappa, like there's moments where they'll just like turn on a dime to something else, and they all just hit it completely together. And it's always at such a high level of like intensity in playing, and also it's goofy, like it's silly.
Imagine like the equivalent of like the stopping on a dime, the equivalent of like, this isn't, I don't know why I'm thinking of this as a reference, but like the equivalent of like a Family Guy cutaway. It's like a reference to like oh, Studio 54, and then they like just on a dime like like go into a disco riff, and then just like bam back to the original groove.
That's pretty cool.
And yeah, he was just demanded a lot from his band, and there are some great stories of former members of his band, of the audition process, and famously, like Steve Vai would. There's a video on YouTube of him like playing, like asking him to play this jazz standard called Giant Steps, this Coltrane tune. And he's like, okay, now play Giant Steps in like 9, time signature 9/8. And he does it like, all right, now play it in 9/8 reggae. Just these crazy demanding, and and he did it, and he was in his band. Steve Vai is one of the great guitar players and got to play with Zappa. Just incredibly, it's a great mix of goofy and technically impressive, but also
that's not super common right now.
Yeah.
Actually, goofy isn't really that common.
I love an artist who doesn't take themselves too seriously, and I like that combined with technical prowess. That definitely appeals to me. But then Zappa was brilliant, incredibly well read. He appealed before Congress a number of times, and just a lot of his music is incredibly biting social and political satire and commentary. I could go on and on, but off the top of my head, if I had to recommend an album to start with, he has an album called Apostrophe. That's a pretty good like prog and psychedelic mix. Or Hot Rats seems to be that's a really popular one.
That's the one I listen to the most. Somebody gave it to me in high school.
What's it called?
Hot Rats.
Pop?
Hot. Like the cat, but rats.
Not the rat.
Hot rats. So, yeah, Zappa is great. The end. Number 5, I got J Dilla Donuts, which this specific record I got. I was given given for Hanukkah by Potato Lady's mom.
Who's Potato Lady?
Potato Lady's mom and dad. Do we reveal who Potato Lady is?
You can just tell me if you don't want to. You can like type it.
Yeah. Oh, what did Potato Lady say there? I saw. Whatever. Who's Potato Lady?
Yeah, who's Potato Lady? Good question. But J Dilla is one of the greatest rap and hip hop producers of all time, and this is a sound collage. Definitely, it's all instrumental. There's no rap on this album. There's well, how many songs are there? There's like 30 songs. These are all the tracks. So he was just through the 90s and early 2000s just incredibly proficient, and his work ended up on a lot of the greatest rap albums ever. And then in 2005, 2006, he got diagnosed with a rare blood disorder and was hospitalized. And he had his gear with him in the hospital. And this album was the result. And he died he finished this album and then passed away shortly after. I don't think he forget if it was released while he was still alive, but just a classic. Another album I've listened to, definitely a top 5, top 10 most listened to album in my life. So it's just funny and beautiful, and there are things here that are sampled that are very like recognizable, like the Jackson 5, and then there are incredibly obscure samples. Just a fun, amazing record. So check this one out if you haven't.
Yeah, that one's great. You introduced me to that, and I'm very glad you did.
Thank you. Yeah, this is my 5.
Max, did you watch the last episode that we did?
I think Max is gone, but he's frozen on that frame. Isn't that so weird? Should I try? I'm gonna try taking him out. I can still see that he's frozen though. I'm gonna add him back in. I like I like this.
Yeah, so I actually was thinking of doing albums as well, but I didn't get my physical albums in time. But I could go grab them probably. Probably wouldn't even take me that long. since we don't really have any sort of time that affects anything that's going on in the stream this time. What with only Potato Lady watching, and one of our
is let's let Potato Lady decide. Do we want a more fast paced, let's just get to it already kind of vibe, or should we space it out?
you want to
Waiting on you, Potato Lady.
maybe Potato Lady's not even watching. It's hard to say.
Maybe Potato Lady's not even watching. Hot. It appears we have a birthday boy here.
We do?
We got a birthday boy. Should I bring in a birthday boy?
Yeah.
Birthday
Garbanzo!
Birthday boy. Birthday boy. Birthday boy.
Happy birthday. I had no idea.
Wow.
It's a little hard to hear you.
Can you hear me now?
A little bit.
Ah!
Ah!
You can
Ah.
see it? I'm pooping.
Can we show it?
You know what? Let's
as long as we keep it above the shoulder. It's okay.
let's highlight this.
2 minutes, I'll get a better system. I forgot. I'll be back.
Oh, okay. Here we are.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Well, I'm gonna go with faster.
Faster. Potato Lady
But-
gets it in.
Potato Lady also said slower,
Yeah.
so that looks so good.
I'm like, wow. As I hold it up like this, I can really tell that I have not gotten the line of my shoulder very well. Yeah,
Well.
I'm gonna have to raise that up.
Do you have a mirror?
What?
Do you have a mirror next to you? Is that how you're doing this?
No, I'm doing it off of the screen.
Off of the stream. Okay,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
makes
And,
sense.
and when I wasn't doing it, when I was doing it in between episodes, I was just using photo booth.
Why don't you tell us your albums?
Yeah, let me. Well, yeah, okay. I guess faster and slower came up, and actually, you could bring one up. Yeah, I guess it would probably take me too long to find them. It's so hard to get down to 5, though. Like, did you really struggle getting to 5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of, I also just went from what was in my physical collection.
Right.
So these aren't my 5 favorite albums. These are 5 albums that I own physical copies of that are important to me.
Right. Right.
So,
Yeah. So I mean, I would say it's kind of hard to like. Hello, Garbanzo.
Hello.
It's nice to hear you as well as see you.
Yes, I'm sorry I forgot that I got the wrong day.
It's okay. We're on the wrong day.
yeah, we had it wrong.
I'm so used to it being on Thursdays.
Yeah, I know. We gotta switch it up this week.
Had to.
What did I miss? I'm at the tail end of things now.
Oh, maybe just as a quick run through. I mean, tail end is hard to say because we've moved so slowly. Oh, it looks like the ghost of Max Oakland is coming back.
Oh, is he frozen? I was wondering what was
Yeah.
happening with I thought he was really mad that I was late.
But he looks like he's back, but it's so strange.
Yeah. So, well, here, let me show you. I just been working on.
The 2021 Dan. I like it. I like the grayscale.
So I've been working on that a little bit. We just went through. Ryan had brought 5 albums that kind of help show favorite albums, but also, I mean, in a way, like the way that it represents who Ryan is.
It might be a possible theme just to do that for a show.
I
5
mean,
albums?
Albums?
Yeah, I bet. Do you think all of us could do 5 albums?
I don't have any
5 right now.
I live right now, but I could do some other.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be ones you own physically.
Yeah, just five albums.
Definitely down to do that on a future show. Should I run through mine real quick?
Just Sam, yeah. You can.
All right.
No,
I
don't
got
see them. You're not allowed to.
Dilla Donuts, Frank Zappa, Studio 10, Maps and Atlases, Perch Patchwork, MF Doom, Special Herbs and Spices 3 and 4, and the books, The Lemon of Pink.
The lemon of pink.
He's familiar. The Lemon of
Did you bring anything garbanzo?
I have the one that I listened to on my birthday just because it's right in front of my record player.
Well, I mean, just like
It
talking about
doesn't have to be.
One of my favorites. Mutations by Beck. It's fantastic.
When's that from?
That's from the mid 90s, and then we could go with the Talking Heads, 1980 to 81.
Yes.
Good stuff. I'm
So
just
good.
showing you what I listened to on my birthday.
That's real. Like that's my favorite era.
12 Reasons to Die by
me.
Ghostface Killah. It's a good one. With Adrian Young as the producer. We've got a Japanese quartet doing Handle. It's really good stuff. Yes. On Koto. Oh, it's beautiful music. And then it's a pleaser, but I can't go without this album.
Right?
Is that 5?
I think
Yes,
that was
yeah.
5. Was
Yeah.
it?
Okay. There's 5.
I will say that I think that that the albums that you chose to listen to on your birthday probably say a lot about you as a person. Like that was such an interesting collection of albums.
It's what was there.
Yeah. Here, maybe I'll just go grab the top 5 that I have on my.
What did you listen to on your birthday? Do you have those?
I don't know.
What's the
wonder
last
if I
5 you listened to consecutively?
Music. The last 5 I listened to. I don't remember the last time I listened to 5 albums consecutively. It's kind of a sad idea that I have to say that, but I don't remember the last time I did that.
Well, there's always time to rectify that.
You don't remember the last time you did what?
Listen to 5 consecutive albums in a row.
Well, it is a lot of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a lot of time.
It's like a whole day.
That's 5 hours.
Not really.
Probably less than 5 hours.
What albums are you listening to?
I just realized that my computer is not being charged as we're doing this, so it's getting close to dying.
Aren't we all?
Wait,
Hey, Michael,
did you find the onesie?
Yeah, I mean, I've had the onesie. I just thought I had a modified costume during the summer when it was unbearably hot.
I was worried that you didn't have the onesie anymore.
No, of course I have the onesie.
I love that you have modified versions.
Yeah, just being able to say you have a modified hot suit
of
is
the
pretty cool.
yeah. I should say it's not a suit. It's just your skin, but
you're supposed to be hot.
that you can.
My fur.
Yeah.
Why did you modify it? I thought you were hot.
Because it being hot sometimes is so hot that I can no longer think.
Yeah.
I was garbanzo for Halloween. I went as garbanzo. But I left it on the back of my car seat headrest. Hey Max, do you want to see a portrait that I'm working on?
Yeah, and also, can you go over the music that you were doing before? I had to leave the room for this whole photo on this.
Oh yeah, just the 5 albums.
Yeah.
What is going on?
Ooh.
And that's the Talking Heads one.
Yes.
Okay. And 12 Reasons to Die by Ghostface Killah. I have not listened to that.
Adrian Young is such a good producer. He uses instruments and stuff from like the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Really good.
To check that out.
And
What
then-
is the name of that Talking Heads album?
That is the name of this band is the Talking Heads. Or is Talking Heads.
Oh, for some reason I didn't recognize. I know that album.
This side
As
is
having a different cover.
57 to 79. And then this side is from 1980 to 81.
Oh,
It's one of the better purchases I've made in my life. This guy, too.
That's Pink
Which
Floyd.
we all know what that is.
Is it
It's a
Pink
good
Floyd? Is that Pink Floyd?
Yes, wish you were here.
Okay.
me too.
There is a chance that Otter might have chewed my phone or my computer charging cable.
Oh no.
I was about to show Max a portrait that I was working on. That's right behind me.
Do it.
See it. But this is one of the best dogs that I know. I'm
That's
working on.
cool.
Not a self-portrait, but a very nice portrait.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
it's a bug.
really hard. It looks good.
Bindi is a great dog. I probably got about 2 more sessions on it. But
Dan, does anybody else in your house have the same computer you do?
Yeah. But we both extensively use our computers.
You can probably get a new one at the Apple Store.
Well, that's an interesting twist to this night.
Max, are you eating something too?
I'm eating olives.
What are you eating?
Olives.
Hummus?
Olives.
Olives. Okay. Sorry.
What kind of olives?
or black, Kalamata, or Calvistrano? What kind of olives?
You keep going. How many more types of olives can you name?
You get to 5?
Oh, good question. All
There are
right.
tons, but I can't name very many.
Green olives.
They're a mixture
obvious,
of
the
green
black
and-
olives, Kalamata olives, Calvistrano olives.
What do Calvistrano?
There's
Olives.
another wait. Oh,
Oh, are Calvistrano olives the ones that are really bright green?
They're green. Yeah, they're bright green.
I
Calamuda.
don't really like those.
The black
Calamari.
ones. The black sliced olives
Yeah.
that are oblong shaped.
Kalamata. Well, those are brown.
Kalamata. Yes.
Kalamatas are
We already
brown.
said Kalamata.
Yeah.
Oh well. I'm not as
Bluetooth
good
stuff.
at it as I thought I would. Can I just say some of them are pitted and unpitted?
Olive
These are
oil.
all pitted.
And that easily takes me over 5.
Pushes you over.
They can be stuffed
Right,
with these too.
Oh wow, we're hot. We're overlapping with the box show right now.
I know.
What's the box show?
Oh boy, do you want to attempt to describe what that show is?
I'll be right back, and then maybe we could try.
Okay, I'll start, but I'm gonna do it while we all watch Otter. So, oh no, I hope Hot's computer didn't just die. So,
No.
Yep. So
Great series of spots on that cat. Oh my goodness. Just a beautiful cat.
So the box show is on this Twitch network called Planet Scum Live, which was started by the comedian Chris Gethard, and it's him and a couple other comedy people started this show. That's essentially viewers call in and you can call this number and guess what's in their boxes. And they have, it's 3 people and they have boxes filled with very random things like a hoop earring with a picture of Jesus Christ on it, but like even more specific than that, and you have to guess exactly right, and like exactly that. Like you can't just say an earring or a hoop earring. Like it has to be exactly that to guess an item and for them to cross it off the list. And it started in like the start of COVID, which was perfect for what it is. And there are rules like if you donate money, like a certain amount of money, they add items to the box. So it's like it's gotten close to ending, but then viewers donate money, and then items are added, and then the like Chris Gethard and the other comedians are like mad, but it's funny because it's never ending, and then the money donated goes to the jackpot. So if you guess all the items, you win the money, and it's over $7,000 right now.
If you guess one of the items,
What's that?
if you guess one of the items,
No, if you guess all of them.
how do you guess all of them?
So there's a document online where like people, I think it's a Google Doc, like viewers have been keeping track. Some people watch religiously.
Oh, so you
keeping track of
just
all the
have to be
boxes.
the last person to guess, and you guess the right thing, and also use a list of other things that have been guessed before.
Yes. So if you, but items have been added in recent weeks. So
What kind of items?
like, well, you don't know what's being added, but like one of them is like a post-it note from a random regional hotel, or like what are the other items, Dan? Hot.
There's a wide variety of items.
Do they give hints?
So I don't know what you said because I was out of the room.
I want to hear your description.
Planet Scum Live is so it's Chris Gethard and Christy Cielo and Will Hines, and they each have a box. And over the course of the past year, they have put items in their boxes based on people donating money. And then callers call into the show and they get either 45 seconds to make guesses or 45 seconds to tell a story. And this, if they guess an item right, the item gets shown out of the box. But otherwise, nothing really happens if they guess wrong. But if they tell a story, if something in that story triggers the one of the items in the box, like is similar, like somebody talks about paper and it's a piece of paper, then the people will say, okay, item 45 is a piece of paper, but I need more than that. And they will be really, what?
That's good. I was thinking that they had to guess these really specific items just out of nowhere.
Yeah. They get hints, but only through telling stories or other weird games. Like at some point, like about a year ago, somebody made this game, like a whole bunch of rules. You can go and like check out like all the weird rules there are. And it's just like weird rules, like if you pay a certain amount of money, then it triggers the rest of the night. The people can't, like the people on the panel can't laugh from any of the callers. And if they do, they have to give a hint.
There are all these impossible rules.
So many weird.
Like it's evolved. Like I remember my first time watching the show was probably like 9 months or 6 months. Like it was way after they started, and I was so like the feeling of watching that show for the first time is like, what is this? Like what even? And like I'll miss a few weeks, I'll miss a month of it or something, but I feel, and you can tune back in, you can just jump right in and like you more or less get it, but at the same time,
I mean, you never really
so much can change.
You never really understand like what entirely is going on. Like there's something that happens where if somebody tells a story and it's not actually a story, like it's just them like, I don't know, making a joke or something or talking about something, but it's not a actual story. It triggers Chris Gethard to be able to talk about his lawn for as long as he wants. So he just talks about his lawn.
And it's called and he in the quarantine he got into like lawn care.
Yeah, so he's like
and the segment is called really Lawn and Order.
Yeah,
that's great.
And the person who keeps track of all the guesses and what items are in the box, because the people have lists, but like other than that, like it's a live show and is not archived, so you can't go back and watch
you can't go back. Really? It's weird because all the other Planet Scum shows are archived. Like,
why isn't that one?
I like the name Planet Scum.
Yeah, it's
me
nice.
too. I think just to make it deliberately harder.
I think it's deliberately harder, and I think that Chris Gethard talks about his child a lot and doesn't want that to be archived
Yeah,
forever.
they really get into it and it's more. It's not really structured, so it's very much like besides the game, like they're shooting the shit and just talking about life, and
Yeah.
it's very very loose.
Yeah.
Like as loose as this show.
The
Except
one
for that-
time I saw him in person, I laughed for 90 minutes and didn't stop laughing.
Just seeing him on the street.
He was. I saw him at
Like
UCB
I'm at a restaurant and you just could not stop.
2009 or something.
Which UCB?
In Chelsea.
Wow.
And he played, and Horatio Sands was there, and there were a few other. It was so fucking good. Like I've never had something make me laugh that hard, that long.
Man.
Well, he's something special, that guy.
I wish I could. He is. I wish I could have seen that. Like because he was at UCB for so long, and I have a fondness for anyone who comes out of UCB because it's just
It's shifted and changed throughout the years.
for sure, and it no longer exists. But
It doesn't?
not
No.
New York.
Why not?
Well, I
Do you
thought it
know
was
the
I
original
thought,
show? The original show was so good.
Ass Cat.
That's where I saw him, but like I'm talking the Upright Citizens Brigade on Comedy Central.
Oh yes,
So Little Donnie Disease. Oh, so good.
yeah, that is a classic. There are a lot of alums that are doing something called Rat Scraps as a continuation of Ass Cat.
Good.
That you can. It's like at another theater in New York, and you can stream it.
When did they end ASCAT?
Well, when UCB kind of shut down.
I didn't even know they did.
Why did it shut
Yeah.
down?
Lack of funding and internal problems.
Oh, I thought it was
Between whom?
directly because of the pandemic.
I mean, that didn't help, but like there were a lot of people unhappy with how it was run internally.
I used to go once a week there, just to their late
Wow.
Saturday show, and it was so great.
I'm so jealous.
Don't be. There were goods and bads, and in all situations, but it was a lot of fun. I'm lucky to have done it, I guess. I don't know. What's your favorite concert? All of you. Favorite concerts?
Ooh.
Favorite concert?
What do you mean favorite concert?
What's a favorite concert you've ever been to that wasn't you or somebody you knew directly? Because I really loved my going away party concert that you did, and also one at the VFW. But
Oh yeah. Oh
They
yeah, there were some
included-
good ones in Missoula. I was thinking Chicago. One in a warehouse. It was like an experimental noise rock show. That's where I first saw Ono, and it was also the first concert and also the first underground concert I ever went to. And it was really cool. It was at a place called Morphville, and you could go on the roof, and it was in the middle of the city, and it had
wait, I apologize. Which city again? In Chicago?
They had a lot of art installations, like weird. I can't really specifically remember, just odd, like people and things made out of cardboard and stuff. And it was called Mortville. And later I found out that that's from a John Waters movie called Desperate Living.
That sounds lovely.
Yeah, that was a really good one. And it was really cool that that was the first show I ever went to. And then another show I think about fairly often is a show I went to. I think it was at the Lucky Gator. And it was a bunch of different bands, but there was this band called 97 Shiki that I was really I really got into because the guitar was like no other guitar I've ever heard before or since.
How so?
It was very different. It's hard to describe. But I talked to the guitarist later, and he said that he was inspired by a guitarist who played like a drummer. So that was what was going through his mind when he was playing. But it was just like it wasn't really based around melody, but it wasn't necessarily totally atonal, but it was definitely very different. And I ended up seeing them in New York City when I was there. That's how much I liked them. And then another show that I really liked was at a place I don't remember. I think it was in not in Logan Square, but in the park.
I have to plug in my computer. Excuse me, I'm listening.
Humboldt Park. I think it was in Humboldt Park. And it was at this place I went to a few times. That was where I first saw Toupee and where I last saw Ono. And that was actually the whole reason.
It's so good. Oh my god.
So I went to see Ono and I ended up getting really into Toupee. I think that was the last show, or one of the last shows I went to in Chicago, but now that I think about it, I don't think that was the last one. And then there were good ones in Missoula, like that one show for Shane and the Clams. I think you were there, Dan. And also the one time when we saw the OCs. That was like the second or third time I saw the OCs. One time I saw the OCs accidentally when I was walking through Logan Square. And I think I've seen them 3 times, which makes them the band I've seen the most. So
Dan and the Clams are great.
Yeah, the OCs are the best live band I've ever seen. If you can see them live, you really should do it.
I think I've seen them at Pitchfork Fest. I think they played one of the years I was there.
I think Boris might have been the best concert I ever saw.
Boris Yeltsin?
No, just Boris. It's a metal band from Japan.
Wow.
But they played the VFW in Missoula.
Oh, that's cool.
And I wasn't expecting them to be there, and they were one of my favorite bands for a while. And
what were you expecting to be there?
Nobody. I wasn't expecting to go to a concert that night. We were coming down from Mushrooms, and then walked a block down and saw that Boris was playing, and it was like the best thing ever. It was really good. It might have been the best one.
Wow.
Dan, were you there? You might have been there. Or, I'm sorry, Hut. You weren't there?
No.
Huh. Could have sworn it.
Yeah, sorry.
It must have been another cat.
Not this time.
I know cats around the
Hey,
land.
Too many rats, not enough cats.
I was just thinking through. I wonder if I could quickly say my 5 concerts that made a significant impact on me.
Please.
So, the first one that came to mind, seeing Jeff Mangum in Portland. I can't remember the name of the theater. Fairly small place, though. That was really an amazing event.
I felt lucky to have met him when I was working in the produce department at the Good Food Store.
You told me.
Really?
Yeah.
He's like huge. He's the tallest person ever.
So here, I'm just going to run through these really quick because my computer may not last, and I want to try to do something before it does, and we all have to leave. I mean, you could stay on after my computer dies. It doesn't matter. But
Oh,
So
you,
that was one, Jeff Mangum of Neutral Milk Hotel, which also one of my favorite albums. Wilco on the Whole Love Tour in Missoula, Montana at Big Sky Brewery. Amazing. Yeah, that was beautiful. The sun was setting. It was outside. Gorgeous. Seeing Avon Kang and Jessica Kenny at Cafe Racer in Seattle.
Know them. What did they sound like?
I would not have enough time to describe their sound well enough. It's just I don't like they are both classically trained, but Avon Kang is classically trained as a violinist or viola player. I can't remember, but as he's classically trained in Indian music with that instrument. And she is a vocalist who has been classically trained in Javanese court music
Ooh.
and Persian music. And they were some of the most amazing musicians I've ever seen together.
who are they?
She would do these things where like it felt like her voice was spinning around the room around me. Like she just had such a command of her voice, and they were playing totally like experimental improvised music. So amazing. Really one of the things that really kicked off me being so immersed in just like free improv experimental music to the extent that I am, and just like sound exploration and stuff. Let me think. Well, another one I thought of was seeing Paul Barabo, Real Live Tigers, Red Bear, and maybe Toby Foster, which were, I mean, first of all, Paul Barabo, really amazing folk artist. And this was in a basement in Western Springs, Illinois. Like, just tiny folk show, one person with one guitar in the corner, and like the most loving people that I'd ever known to that point. Just like all in the basement together. And that was like some of the best acts all coming together at the same time in a rare moment. And it was just so beautiful. Everyone was so happy. Yeah. And I guess, I don't know, one last one. I think seeing this band Bad Luck was pretty amazing. They were a duo with saxophone and drums, where they would go off into these crazy, but then like at the same time, like hit these moments where they just were completely together. Like the drum playing was melodic, at completely in line with the saxophone. So great.
Wow.
So before I fall apart here, I wanted to try doing something with y'all, if that's all right. So I wrote this little song for the show that I played earlier, but no one else was here.
Oh, I was hoping you would replay the song.
Yeah. So
That's so good.
I want to play it, and then I want to go through it with all of you.
Thank you.
So here we go.
Here we go.
What is your favorite band? Movie or kitchen appliance? Tell us your story through an old pair of pants. I want to know you through your history of cars, or show us your trash to show who you are. don't have to paint it. You could use your bookshelf. I just want you to give us a self-portrait. So, I want us all to go. Did Max? Okay. For a second, I thought Max put a fake Max up again.
No, he just didn't feel like applauding.
Yeah, no. I mean,
I was going
there's no
to.
reason. No reason to applaud.
Yeah,
There's no movement.
Yeah, he just was not moved at all by that song.
Yeah, not that I'm expecting a reaction or anything. Just last time we got to a certain moment and we asked Max a question, and then he wasn't there, but it looked like he was. It was.
So do you want us to go through and
So I want to go
say
through.
our favorite?
So the first question is, what is your favorite band, movie, or kitchen appliance?
Or
Fuck.
So you can only pick one of these to answer.
All right, my favorite kitchen appliance is those apple spiralers that you put the apple on and you crank it.
That's your favorite.
That's so specific.
Yeah,
How
it's
often,
my
could,
favorite kitchen.
how often could you possibly use that?
I mean, I do
I've
appreciate.
been using it throughout the course of this show.
What do you do with the skins?
You eat them.
Oh,
Like
well,
for
that's-
fiber?
the skins
Yeah.
are the healthiest part.
Oh, they got all the vitamins.
Yeah.
All right, Max or Garbanzo?
I'm not ready.
Max.
The only one of those that I can really answer is my favorite band, and that is Sonic Youth.
Sonic Youth. Great answer.
Good band.
Great answer. I guess I have to think about this too.
Do composer and band, are they in line?
No, I feel like we have to go with the specificity of the question.
Just band.
Band.
So no
movie?
solo artist.
Yeah, that's the way I interpreted it.
Yeah. I mean, unless it's a solo artist who like plays under their name but always with a band.
Remember that Sonic the Hedgehog movie that came out last year?
Yeah.
I feel like if they made like a prequel or an origin story to that movie, they should call it Sonic Youth.
You know, I think I'm going to go with my favorite band as Wilco.
Yeah.
They're solid.
They're such a good
This
group of musicians together. It's
Yeah.
so good. All right, Garbanzo, you gotta make a choice here.
I think I'm gonna let Ryan go first. I'm thinking I can't.
No.
I
I mean, already did. Kitchen appliance.
Oh, we have to go. Oh, one of the
You
three.
can choose one of the three. We've
Can you
just
remind me of the example of the categories?
band, movie, or kitchen appliance.
Whew. I just watched Doctor Strangelove last night again.
Did you say it's your favorite?
I don't think it's my favorite.
Mm,
No.
it's a good one.
I've never seen it.
Water boiler. Like a tea kettle?
Oof.
I thought you were saying Waterboy is your favorite.
No.
I thought that too for just 1 second.
No, the way you heat water up. That's the most
Yes.
useful to me.
Yes.
Or an air fryer.
One. You only get one.
Yeah.
Water
Or
boiler.
cheating.
Okay. So now the next line is tell us your story through an old pair of pants. So
Well, the ones I'm wearing right now have 2 holes in them right at the crotch. There's no story behind them. I've just worn them a lot. These are the ones I can't get a good shot of them. They're like faded black, gray. And I need new pants. I think my story that can be told is I never seem to have like more than 2, 3 max pairs of pants at once, and I have trouble getting rid of things. Not in a hoarder way, but really clothes. I have trouble getting rid of clothes.
Me too.
A lot of my t-shirts are like 10, 15 years old.
I have a shirt that I can still wear, but it's tight from 3rd grade.
Wow. Amazing.
It's ugly, but it's so old I'll never get rid of it.
Yeah, you can't get rid of it.
The pair of pants I'm wearing were not ever meant to be studio pants, but they're covered in paint. Like in here, just because you just gotta paint sometimes. You ruin your favorite pair of pants sometimes.
yeah, likewise, these pants are also covered in paint. They also have lining. I used to wear these all the time when I was a dog walker. They were like the way I survived the winters walking dogs was these pants. And then, yes, dog.
It's a dog.
That's a dog. No arguing that.
Yeah, no arguments at all here.
No one can dispute that that's a dog.
Then I got a job at a antiques shop where
What?
I got a job at an antique shop.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was shortly before the pandemic hit the United States, and it was only for like 2-3 months or something like that. Not very long, and then they moved to Florida where they planned to open a new shop, but then of course the pandemic happened, so I don't know what happened with them. So I wore these outside because I had to work outside sometimes, and I had to wear either gray or black or white, I guess, but not blue jeans. And
That's so specific.
yeah, it was kind of specific, but I wore these and got paint all over them, and now they're not really pants for wearing out in public as much anymore, even though they're so wonderful for the winter. All
I
right.
think wearing clothes with paint all over them in public is a good fashion statement.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the context, I think.
And also because, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
As
like
long as it's not oil paint.
it's probably
That could really cause some serious
a
health
white
defects.
tie event than a black tie.
All right. So the next.
I didn't answer that question.
Oh, I thought you did start to answer.
No.
Sorry, I apologize.
I have a lot of pants that I can't fit in anymore, and I'm not getting rid of them because I want to be able to do that again.
Is there a specific pair of pants that you'd like to?
A lot of pants. Like all of my old jeans. I don't have any jeans anymore. I mean, I guess I have them, but I can't wear them. But someday, I hope I can.
Telling the future story through your pants.
And the past.
Can I never
gained
got
9
to
pounds in a
answer-
week this week.
You've gained 9 pounds?
It was my vacation, and I was like, I'm gonna eat anything and everything whenever I want to eat it.
Yeah.
I gained 9 pounds. I'll lose it because now I've lost the money that I spent on that food. So
What did you eat?
Oh, all kinds of good stuff. I can't even begin. Everything.
Name 5 things.
5 things. There's a really great Chinese place nearby because I live in the hood, I guess you would say. Good Mexican.
What'd you eat at the restaurants?
Oh,
I'd be fine if you just named 5 different ethnic foods.
they all were. Well, I guess for my birthday, I did Southern, so I had a country fried steak.
Was your birthday this weekend?
Yeah, it was November 1st.
Oh, happy birthday.
That's why I took a week off, and I've been eating and gorging. Yeah, country fried steak with macaroni and cheese and mashed potatoes with chicken gravy
Where was that?
at a place called Delta. The server, that was so nice. It was such a good, nice place. Just the people were really kind and the prices were reasonable.
How much did it cost?
$30 for like a really good dinner with like appetizer and drinks and stuff. Yeah, Chinese, Mexican. I have to name 5 ethnic dishes.
No, just 5 foods. Wait,
You got yourself into this.
Yeah.
I had a chicken parm sub.
What ethnicity is that?
I believe that would be Italian.
Italian.
And then, oh, my madre cooked me a Cuban feast when I was there. So tostón and beans and rice and some pork, and that was really good.
You visited your
Are you
family?
Cuban?
That's 5. What?
Are you Cuban?
I am. My mom is from Cuba.
Wow. Very cool.
You visited your
I
family?
don't know why that's cool, but she's, yeah. I don't know. I had Cuban food and it was very good. What was the question, Max?
You visited your family this week?
Yeah, they just moved to Arizona, and I had to use up some flight credits. And
So
I was there for 1 full day.
I hate to interrupt. We unfortunately didn't get any further in this song, but my computer is dangerously low. It doesn't usually even get this low.
I love Otter's Tail next to you.
It will soon die. So I thought I'd play the little leaving song.
Okay.
You can hang out if you.
I really wanted to hear that song. He makes such good music.
What a perfect freeze frame.
It's kind of great.
I suggested that he use his phone, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
I don't think I got to say my any of my favorite shows. There's a few that are my go-to answers, but I wanted to say there were so many music recitals that I got to see in college because I was friends with a lot of music majors, and people would have their junior or senior recitals, and this is like the culmination of their years at school. So they're getting the best musicians and putting their best efforts forward. So you just really got to see what they're all about. And there's a buddy of mine named Colin Claussen, who's I'd say a very highly sought after piano and keyboardist in Chicago, who's in a couple of bands I really like. And he had his.
What are the bands called?
What's that? The bands? One is Monobody, which is a band I see whenever I can. They have 2 bass players, and it's jazzy math rock is the best way I can describe it. And
Monobody.
Really, really
Can
great.
they be found on...
They're on Spotify.
Spotify.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, they're on all the places. But he his senior recital was like really one of my favorite live experiences, and his specifically all the musicians that played with him were great, but specifically I'm gonna copy and paste it's all on YouTube, but the specific song I'm gonna post in the comments, which um, you all um, should oh, it posted as Hot the Cat. That's interesting. You all should check out but the saxophone player, the tenor saxophone player, and the drummer are like two of the best musicians I've ever witnessed live. The saxophone player, like his solo, like he seemed to be like levitating off the ground. Like it was just that powerful, and you can hear the crowd like they start like shouting like and in like approval. Like you can, it's just great how you can hear the crowd. And like usually like a jazz crowd is like fairly reserved, applause after each solo, blah blah blah. And but these were students, so of course it's going to be a little wilder, but like it's just fun how you can hear them reacting. And like after the end of the show, like click that link and watch. It's 10 minutes, but worth your time.
I'm going to do that.
Please do.
Without a doubt.
Do you remember? Does anyone remember how the song went? What the other favorite things were?
Nope, I don't.
Same. Well, should we call it a night?
I'm sorry I was late.
It's okay. It's your birthday week.
I'm late.
A week.
I'm like always late, I think.
I was planning on it being tomorrow.
Yeah.
In all honesty, I'm glad I checked my phone for once and saw that Dan was like, "Hey, I sent you a thing. You should be on here."
Yeah, just kind of. I think the fact is that it was your birthday a couple days ago. It's Amy's birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday, Amy!
I'll
A
tell
fellow
you.
Scorpion.
So,
What's your birthday, Ryan?
my birthday is July 25th.
And Max, you're March 13th or 18th?
Neither.
Okay.
February.
Forever.
Oh, I thought you were March.
Yeah, February 22nd.
That's what it was.
Yep. Exactly. Wait, what? Yours was November 2nd?
The 1st. I had a really good I should have thrown one of those out there as a concert. I went to a really good concert on my birthday, or on Halloween, and it was just a friend of mine. And it was really fun.
Is it spooky?
It was spooktacular. Yes, it was very. Whoa, that's really cool. Did you just see that?
What?
Your camera glitched, and your glasses stayed in one place, but your head moved around.
Yeah, it's been doing that.
That was really cool.
Move your head a little bit, Max. Yeah, it's kind of, well, it's better now, but it was,
That was really cool.
yeah. It was doing it a lot more before.
I thought it might have just been me for a second. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, it's so nice to see you folks. I'm sorry I was like 40 minutes late.
That's all right.
Okay.
What's the topic next week?
I don't know.
Great
What do you
question.
think it should be?
Yeah. Let's figure it out right now.
What do you think it should be?
What I've been interested in is patterns in nature and how you could see them everywhere, but I don't think that would work for a podcast topic.
I guess we could talk about patterns in nature we've noticed.
Or something completely different. Do you have any ideas? Do you folks have any ideas?
No. I can never
There, I have an idea that's it's been in just kind of in the vault, like locked away with me and Dan, and it was for a birthday show. Like a while back, like Hot's birthday was coming up, and they're like, "Oh, should we do something for his birthday?" And I had the idea of where we all go out and buy birthday candles, and we all come on the show. It doesn't have to be the same kind of birthday candle, but we all light it at the same time and see whose burns the fastest. Just throughout the course of the show. And we light the candle, and then just the show, there's nothing, I had no other ideas for what the show should be, but just we all have a shot of our, in our shot is the candles we've lit.
It's an interesting idea.
Where did you get that idea?
Right here. Probably inspired by the Chris Gethard show, but they haven't done it. That's not. I didn't rip off any ideas, but like definitely like came off like, what's something like weird that they do?
It's not a bad idea to think up ideas that way.
Yeah.
So I really like the idea of the concept of patterns in nature, though. How can we?
It's just one of them. Another one that I had was, what is your favorite bodily function?
Ooh.
Everybody can answer that. Everybody has a favorite bodily function that happens. And they might all be very different.
Define bodily function.
Sleep, fart, orgasm, yawning, sneezing, brushing your teeth, popping your ears, having your ears pop, like when you change elevation.
So it's literally anything your body can do.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing your body can do?
Wow.
Because it can do a lot. It's a pretty miraculous creation.
I like that. What's your favorite thing your body can do? That leaves it wide open.
It's pretty spectacular what it can do.
Yeah.
When you get into the brain.
That's a nice thing to say about.
That could be so many. We could do multiple episodes with that.
It's something to consider for an episode, maybe. I don't know. There are so many episodes. We're never going to run out of material. There's so many.
I also don't think we should. I think we've had some great prompts and topics, and I don't think we should say, "Oh, well, we've done that already. We can't do it again." Like I think this week's topic of show us 5 things that mean a lot to you or define you is such a, like, we could do so many more episodes with this topic.
I had a lot of fun on the art one when we drew different things, and
Yeah. Like we've done multiple art ones.
yeah,
So-
those are fun. I think we should do those occasionally throughout, like in perpetuity.
That's what I told Dan, and he agreed. So
Definitely.
that will probably be the case.
Definitely. All right. But
All
for
right.
now, but for next week, what's your favorite thing your body can do?
I would have a lot of fun making a poster for that. I could tell you that much.
You should do that.
All right. Let's we'll pass it on to Dan. How about
Yes.
that? All right.
The
I think we
Godfather.
should end the stream.
Okay.
It's been a pleasure.
So much love. I'm so sorry that I was late again. Goodbye.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.